So I'm on a Zoom call with a business leader. I work in HR. We do a lot of employee relations and stuff like that, leadership development. And I'm in my suit, feeling fresh. And this is my style, right? I'm always in the office, always in a suit. People always see me in a suit. And he sees my background, and I think the first thing he says is, "Oh, nice virtual background. Where'd you get that virtual background? It looks amazing." And I told him, "Oh no, this is the kitchen that I was renovating throughout quarantine, all summer, all year last year." That I built myself. And it's always the same reaction, just blown away. No, you're not the one who built that kitchen. There's no way. You got help and everything from the plumbing, electrical, the lights, the hookup, everything from top to bottom. Just researched it from ground up. And I knew it'd be kind of tough to believe, so I put together a quick video, a documentary of the process. So check it out. And look, it's just to inspire that anybody, even if you don't have experience doing it, can do it, and that's really all it is. So check it out and let me know what you think. So we bought this house end of 2019. These are the pictures that essentially they advertise, and essentially we knew we wanted to renovate the kitchen, the main floor area, essentially get rid of that divider wall. So got some contractors to come in, take out that divider wall. And the other thing I wanted them to do was add a door connecting to the garage. That was key, garage access to the house. So they did that, put a landing, which was key. And then they were supposed to do the rest of the kitchen, but honestly, I just decided to see what I could do. So I took out the cabinets, put it up for sale on Kijiji, sold them for 900 bucks, and then decided to see what I could do with the backsplash. So I started tearing it off and seeing what I could do. I just took a bar to pull it off essentially and ripped it off and ended up ripping the drywall. So I had to replace the drywall. And so I had to learn how to do drywall, cut the drywall. Man, I had to learn all of it from scratch, YouTube, everything. The drywall compound, patched it up, how smooth it could be. Spent hours and hours on it just to see how I could do it. And then from there, I had to start painting the ceiling. And I decided to spray paint the ceiling, and I bought an airless paint sprayer, just literally just YouTube. Man, I have no idea how any of this stuff works. So no idea. So I had to go on YouTube, Google how to do it, bought a pole, tested on cardboard, and honestly, the result was pretty nice. The spray paint is clean, crisp. It's the best. I love spray paint. So that's what I did for all the trim all nice and white and crisp. Did all the ceiling, finished all of that, the lights. Pot lights were put in. And then I started taping up and started doing the trim and trying to figure out the color. You can see a bunch of test colors that I want to do. The Benjamin Moore is what I want to go with. Decided to tape up and add a trim to the crown molding. And then when you see all the cabinets come in, those are all flat packed. All those are IKEA cabinets, flat packed. They're just all shipped to me, and that's it. And I had to build them piece by piece, nothing special. So it was a video of me just literally just building every single cabinet. This is when I was efficient, meaning I had made a lot of mistakes and I didn't know how to do it. And so this is when I'm ready, efficient, know how to do it, did it a few times. So clean and just to see how long it takes me. Okay, so this is one typical cabinet. And long story short, when this video is done, it's about 25 minutes. 25 minutes is how long it took for each cabinet. And you'll see afterwards how many cabinets there are. So this is nothing pretty, man. I mean, you can fast forward through this if you want, but look, this is real labor. I mean, people think that you just go and you pay someone to do it. I mean, that's what the contractors do. I mean, so anyways, that's it. Put the cabinets together and then had to work on the big cabinets piece by piece, read the instructions, everything. Like, I have no idea how to do this. You just Google it, YouTube it. You put them together and then ended up finishing them. And then next step was, and shout out to the wifey, she ended up helping quite a bit. Next step was the flooring. So flooring, yeah, luxury vinyl plank. Googled it. That was apparently a really solid one to use. And that's it. I had to learn how to cut the holes, cut them around the vents, cut them around the walls, the jambs. You have to learn. I had to learn all that. I had to buy the tools to figure out how to do that. And then just just that's it, one at a time, and then kept going, all the way through. Next thing was installing the cabinets, and man, this was the most complex thing ever. I had so many mistakes, so many things not straight. Nothing was straight on the walls. That was very complex. After that, I installed all of the inserts into the cabinets. The inserts was next, and then I installed the black compound sink The appliances came in. They were sitting in my garage for months. Finally, I got the appliances in with help from the contractors. They also built the island, put in all the lights, installed the sink, man, all the plumbing myself. All the plumbing. I just YouTubed it, Googled it, boom, boom, plumbing, done, electrical, done. Quartz, that was probably the most expensive part of the house. Quartz, you can't get around. If you want quartz, it's expensive. And then, man, there's a lot of quartz though, by the way. It's tons of quartz. And then I did the window frames because the quartz stuck out too much. I had to redo the window frames. And then I straight up had to do the hood vent. The hole was not existing there. I just bought a hole saw, 8-inch hole saw, cut it through myself. Got an IKEA cabinet, built the hood vent myself. Man, you know how expensive these hood vents are? So anyways, and then I had to add some speaker holes. Man, this is a smart hood. I added speakers in there, insulation, put holes for access. It's like an entertainment unit. Just add some trim to it. Decided to get an air gun. I've never used one of these before. Again, just first time. Put the insert in, clipped it in, and then all that is smart stuff. Smart text, smart plugs. I can all connect that from my phone. Did all that myself. Again, Googled it, spray painted it nice and white. And then it's starting to come along, and then toss some plants in there, make it look nice. Got the light fixture, some nice LED lights. Took forever to find them because I couldn't decide what I wanted. And got some drapes up, and yeah, that's pretty much the final product. And yeah, the LED lights, when you turn them on as an example, you see how it looks. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I'm like blown away every time I turn it on, and we love it. We absolutely love it. And this is a Hue Sync light. This is a Hue Sync box, and essentially it syncs with the TV. This TV is a Samsung frame TV, and it syncs the lights with the lights all across with the TV. So it's lights with the TV. So anything you play on the TV syncs with all of the lights, and it's pretty sweet with music and video. This is the New Year's Eve video, and that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. And this is it, man. This is the day-to-day. The day-to-day. I love it. Got the lights. Turn this into like a club every evening if we want. Anyways, let me show you a few features that you didn't see in the video. So you could see. Anyways, lights in all the drawers. So put little light strips you can see in all the drawers, and there's sensors. So this is all from IKEA. And then, yeah, so then these, you got the push them with your knee, opens up. The garbage, another one here as well. You can push it, opens up automatically. All Samsung appliances, Samsung fridge, Samsung dishwasher. Did the black stainless. That's a bit of a trend these days. Like I said, quartz everywhere, man. An absolute ton of quartz. 2 full slabs of quartz. The slab is absolutely massive. So, I mean, that's the only expensive thing. Besides, obviously, I can't build the quartz. But besides that, you save the money when you build everything else yourself. And then this is the blinds that I just tossed in. I love the up and down closed blinds. I love that. So, anyways, the lights. These are Hue lights, like I said, and they're all built in. I build them in all myself. Goes behind the wall. Hue light there, so you got one there, you got another one here, another one on top there, another one on top there. I think there's 11 or 13 lights in total. Another one underneath here, all built in. Everything built in, clean. Did everything myself. Another one here, here's a wine rack that I built myself. Just a Amazon wine rack, toss it in there. There's so happened to be a bit of space, so I want to make use of it. And then yeah, lights, like I said, lights and all of and everything. You got the pantry with all the lights. And then the cabinets up here, I mean, didn't really have a need for these cabinets too much, so I decided to toss in some plants. It's more of a display cabinet. It's really all that is. Yeah, so smart appliances, man. You can control these from your phone, the fridge with the screen and all that good stuff. You can, I don't know, control stuff virtually. See the cooktop and stuff like that. You control everything virtually. So, I don't know. It's more of a gimmicky thing, but something I love. I love that stuff. Lights at the bottom. Lights at the bottom are nice as well. And that's pretty much it. And then this is the table, 8-foot table. Soar wood. It's a solid plank of wood. It's extraordinarily heavy. I brought it in myself with the contractors using some straps. And Just some cheap chairs. I'm probably gonna replace the chairs, but yep, I gotta find something to put there. Something to put there. I got some nice silky drapes. Really tall drapes. And yeah, I love this light. This light you can change. You got a remote. You can change the color intensity of the light or whatever, which is nice for the evening and evening daytime. And that is pretty much it. And then these chairs, nice leather, fake kind of leathery chairs. I like the swivel and whatnot. And then, of course, I like the waterfall island. Waterfall island is what I desperately wanted, just because I just desperately love waterfall for some reason. And then the black quartz sinks. Some people are curious about the sinks. I love these sinks. Did a lot of research on them. Black sinks. Love the black sinks. And then Kraus faucet. That one's just the regular faucet. This is a smart faucet. So it's a touch faucet. But you can also use Alexa voice IQ to tell them how much cups of water you want to pour in. There's a light that tells you if it's hot or cold water coming out. And I installed the garbage disposal in there myself, the soap thing, all that stuff, man. And then this is the cooktop. Again, Samsung Smart Cooktop. The lights turn on when this thing turns on. Tells you when it's on in your phone and all that good stuff. And then, by the way, of course, it's easy backsplash to clean. So, I mean, I love that backsplash. And then I have a light down there. And then I have a cable, USB-C cable I put here so you can connect a phone to take a video of your food. So you can display it up here while you're chilling over here. And you can watch what you're cooking on your TV. So anyways, all this extra stuff, because I do it myself, so why not? Do it all myself, why not? You can do what you want. This is a really powerful hood vent, by the way. 750 CFM hood vent. Sucks up a crazy amount of smoke. Nothing gets in the house, man. This is absolutely insane. Like I said, this is a smart hood. Everything is smart. Put these holes one by one myself. There's a Sonos speaker bar in there, and then there's a Samsung frame TV screen. Basically, you turn this off and it becomes a picture frame when you're not in use. That's basically the idea of the Samsung frame. So when I turn it off, this is supposed to be some kind of picture frame. You can put like a family picture or something like that. Anyways, and then it has my Wi-Fi router in there, and obviously you got to have the new Wi-Fi up in there. That's what I got up in there, that new Wi-Fi AX. And then Shield, NVIDIA Shield, so this can play everything, man. Smart everything up in here. So that was the idea, that was the concept, and it's the final product. So hard work pays, man. Hard work pays. That's it. And it's the final product, and that's what led to the kitchen in the background. And yeah, so look, I'll be honest, I don't do this kitchen in my Zoom calls, stuff like that. It's just distracting, but I think the message is this. When it comes down to experience, often I think when we do recruitment, I work in HR, often when we do recruitment and stuff like that, it comes down to experience, and you start to look at people and their years of experience, and I think we have a tendency to associate time with experience with competencies. I mean, those are all three different things. You can do something for a long period of time. It doesn't mean you've built the competencies that somebody who's done it for a short period of time has been able to build. So for example, for this kitchen, I've never done any type of contracting or working with hammers, nails, or any tools before, very first time. And I realized that the challenge wasn't knowing how to do it. Anyone can know how to do it. You can just Google or YouTube it, go online. Information is unlimited, it's everywhere. So that's not the challenge. The challenge comes down to when you hit problems, how you solve those problems. The biggest issue I had with this kitchen were the cabinets, aligning the cabinets so that they're three things: straight, level, plumb, on the wall. Man, I didn't know any of this stuff. And I realized how challenging it is to keep things straight, plumb, level against a wall that isn't plumb or level itself. So you have to, honestly, you have to troubleshoot and come up with solutions to problems. So really the biggest accomplishment for me with this kitchen, or just any project, okay, any project that anybody puts in, it's going through the troubleshooting of the problems when you encounter them in the moment. That is everything. That's the whole thing. The journey that you went through to come up to that solution. And so, look, the end result is the end result. It's not about the end result. It's like an athlete going through a full season to get a certain record, and then they finally win the championship. I mean, you celebrate the championship for a couple of months, and you start right back the next season, and you're back to zero. So the end result is not what it's about. What it's all about at the end of the day is your abilities, your competencies, what you're capable of doing, and how well you can discipline yourself, your mental capabilities of disciplining yourself mentally to complete things. And lastly, what I'll say too is you build a lot of respect when you're somebody who can actually get in the trenches, get in the mud to get things done. For example, I went to the hardware store to pick out some things, faucet and stuff like that, and I'm just asking questions about how do I install this, and what's the method of doing it. And every time the person's looking at me and they're just like, well, you just get your contractor to do it, or you just, I wouldn't advise you to do it yourself. You got to be careful. I wouldn't advise you, but as soon as I find somebody who I think they know what they're talking about, or somebody who comes across as being seasoned in the store, I start talking about things that I'm actually working on. So I'll talk about the sink flange and the rubber gasket, and I'll talk about the mud on the wall and the drywall compound. And then as soon as you start talking about what you're actually doing, man, it's like all of a sudden they changed. They're just it's like their eyes opened up, and they're just like, oh, whoa, okay. Well, so you're doing it yourself? So you're yourself? Oh, okay. And it's like a new level of respect is found all of a sudden when they realize that you're doing it yourself and you actually know what you're talking about, and you're not a seasoned contractor or a person who does this. You just did research. You just went online. You researched it. So, so look, at the end of the day, it's also a respect thing. When you're somebody who's capable of getting in the trenches, getting in the mud, in a situation that's complex. For example, you can always talk in advance of. We talk about sports in advance of a boxing match. You might talk heavy in advance, say, oh, I'm going to win that fight. But when you get in the ring and you take a punch from the person, or you feel the power, or you feel the pain or whatnot, you build respect immediately for that person because it becomes real. You're in the trenches. So look, this is transferable. This is transferable. Do you think I woke up yesterday being capable of just building a kit? No. You have to build up the ability, the desire to get through these types of challenges before. I have a lot of experience going through challenges, but I don't have experience building a kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I don't have experience building a kitchen. So that's why I think that we have an issue with the experience paradigm. When we're recruiting people, we see somebody with 20 years of experience, we see somebody with 5 years of experience. We assume that time is correlated with competency, with being more intelligent, or being more driven. Just because you've done something for longer, it just isn't that way anymore. It's just not that way with these types of strategic thinking roles. It might have been that way if you worked in an assembly line and all you were doing were the same things over and over again, and you worked on your kind of physical way of handling things. Your fingers, your motion is more smooth, more efficient, right? Physical labor, more efficient over time. But when it comes to using your brain and strategic thinking, there's so many factors you can use that can add to why you're capable and more competent than someone else who's been doing it for longer. So for me, I've been doing things like researching computers, putting computers together, and now I'm really good at researching things, and it translates to building a kitchen. And so there's no correlation between the two, building computers and building a kitchen. But there is a correlation between researching, finding the best pieces and how those pieces fit together, and doing it yourself. And so you see there's transferable skills. So anyways, don't mean to go on a rant, but look, this is really just to say that if you have the mental capability of doing something, that is the accomplishment. Going through the challenge, the journey, it's not the end result. It's not the kitchen in the background. So anyways, just wanted to say that, and just wanted to say, keep pushing through. If you're eager to get something done, you can do it. Just because you haven't done it before doesn't mean you can't do it and do it well at a high level. So that's it. Thanks for listening.